And we're recording. Welcome to the future. My name is String and I live in Melbourne, but my stream is about one theory, one thought. If LinkedIn Live dies, and it did, this is actually my second retake, I realized that my YouTube video and the stream that I did on LinkedIn Live went kaput. It wasn't even worthwhile to upload, but I think that's just part of the process of creating, and we're humans, but technology is something that we have to refine. And I realized like my approach of trying to do high resolution backfired on me, because with the amount of people on LinkedIn and the amount of people on the internet, I need to put my resolution down. So next week when I'm going to try and do the stream again, I have to think about the resolution and put it down as well, but make sure that the audio is good. But I'm really happy with the audio. So I'm going to do the stream again because I think it's a valuable topic. My concept for my streams is one theory, one thought. Last week I talked about relevance, and today we're going to talk about reposition. Truthfully, before we go into it, I want to just touch a point on two things. I don't know if LinkedIn Live would work or not, if it's sustainable or not, but I'm willing to give it a go for the next 2-3 months, because I believe that when you try something new, one, you have to build up and show the progress, and also build up the momentum and develop the skill sets to create an awesome live stream. But also, I'm known for my short videos, and also been having an awesome presence on LinkedIn with content. But I realized that I want to go and have longer form conversations, because I have so much thinking behind what I'm thinking about that I just want to share, and also add value to what's going on in this current situation, which at the moment we're in the middle of a downturn, potentially economic crisis, and it looks like the fact is that unemployment is skyrocketing. There's something that needs to be done, and I thought that what an opportunity to reassess and reposition ourselves in a way we could offer value, but also think about how to align and reassess and reposition on the way we do work as well. So if you're watching this, I love it if you comment, engage, have a conversation with me. I would respond. Comment replay if you're watching the replay of this stream. And the fact is, I also want to do the second thing as well, is that I've reached 40k, or I'm about 10 people shy of reaching 40,000 on LinkedIn. So part of this stream is sharing my growth and recipe on how I grew rapidly on LinkedIn as well. So again, today's theory and thought is reposition. So what does repositioning mean? If we compare it to rebranding, it's not about like changing colors or doing a new brand or updating your logo. That's changing. Rebranding is changing your visuals or updating your visuals. Repositioning is actually readjusting and reassessing the way how we think about influence and how we're being perceived by our market as well. So is your messaging on point? Do you have brand clarity or brand confusion? When you have brand confusion, you need to rebrand and reassess so that people come to you for a particular thing. So I'm going to use Madonna as an example of repositioning, because she is the queen of reinvention. The reason why she reinvents herself is because the music industry is even harsh than the professional world. And then in the professional world, as long as you're an expert in something, then that's what you're known for. And I think Madonna is an awesome example of repositioning. She repositioned herself in the music scene to be the top of mind, and branding is all about being the top of mind, being the top choice. You want to be picked over your competitors. She went from dance floor cowgirl, bubblegum pop star, erotic mistress, American dream girl, like a prayer, like a virgin. That's the name of her song, but she didn't really act like a virgin in that one. She was a rebel. She's a mum. She's an actor, and a terrible one at that, I have to say. And then she's gone back into her strength, her superpower, which is music. And when you think about it, as an entertainer, she has to be on top of people's mind, being relevant, and she does this over and over again. She looks at the market and what they're doing and do the polar opposite, but also reassess and understand that, this for me to be on top of my game, who can I partner up with? Who can I reposition? How can I reposition myself so that I could be the queen of pop? And she has. She has been a super inspiration for other pop stars like Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus. Or they also use, and Lady Gaga, and Pink. All these ladies have like some elements of reinventing themselves and repositioning themselves so they could be on top of their game. One thing for sure, she is never boring and she's totally inspiring, especially for a person like me who I grew up watching her. And can you believe it? She's like over 60 years old. I have to check that. How old is Madonna? How old is Madonna? How old is Madonna? I have to Google this up. She's 61 years old. For a 61-year-old lady, she looks after herself, but she does this because like she wants to be, and she's always reinventing herself. So even if you're 60, 50 or 30, you could learn from Madonna and reposition yourself, I should say. Branding is a long-term game. We just don't give up by doing one thing or doing one video and expect going viral or being known for that thing. It's always consistently rebranding, or no, I shouldn't say rebranding. Repositioning is reinforcing the new messaging. One client that I had, for example, where we have to reposition him from being a digital marketer to a growth marketer. And there's some similarities between it, but he had to educate and remind his market that he is a growth performance and leverages marketing. And initially, a lot of people are seeing him as a digital marketer, but he has a lot more expertise and he had to reposition and refocus because his offering is a lot more broader, not broader, but specifically in helping businesses grow online and help businesses go on to e-commerce and leveraging online frameworks as well. So he does that. But it took us a couple of months because one, he had to remind himself that he's a growth specialist, not a digital marketer. Two, he had to remind his market and his existing clients and new clients that he's a growth performance, and also does growth marketing and help other people grow their business through growth marketing as well. So it's just like doing those little reassessing and then repositioning, but also like breaking old habits and reminding yourself that you have to keep on pitching. So being consistent is really all about like making sure that you have to remind people about what messaging that you want to convey. And you can't do that once. It's actually repetition. And if we look at politicians as well, they use hashtags as a way to remind people of the key message. And by doing that, repetition happens, consistency happens, messaging happens. It's a consistent message, right? So if we look at, I'm not familiar with American politics, but I'm always seeing, it's like, what is like, let's see, I'm going to use Barack Obama's campaign tagline, slogan. And a slogan is that, and he used a slogan of hope during his campaign in 2008. But I feel like if we have to describe Trump's tagline, is like making America great again, MAGA. And because of that, everyone resonated. You know that you resonated when you become a meme, a pop culture reference. And a lot of people have wore that hat to make a reference to what Trump is saying about making America great again. And that's because repetition works, hashtag works for a reason. And I noticed that when people start creating their own brand, the things that they do to dilute their brand, the things that are common, there are common mistakes that many do when they start branding themselves. They have a short-term thinking because they're super impatient. They don't see the long-term game and realize it's all about consistency and reinforcement. It's also reminding people that like what you're offering is what you're providing and educating people with that, because the biggest sign of success is when people refer you to it. So when you offer too many hats or offer too many products or services, they don't know how to promote you. So you have to realize like word of mouth continues to be the biggest referral rate, and advertising and organic growth as well is having people promote you and refer you. And when they don't know how to promote you or refer you or what you're known for, it's hard to promote you. So think about it in that basic terms. don't wear too many hats. I love fried chicken because that's what I'm known for. And one of my metrics is like the amount of fried chicken stories that I get per day. And that's my branding. And you see it, I don't talk about fried chicken per se, more that I organize fried chicken parties. And I realize I don't need to wear this hat, but it's super comfortable right now. But I get fried chicken stories and references every day. I organize fried chicken parties. And I knew it was resonating because I realized fried chicken is giving people permission to reach out to me and talk to me. So fried chicken is that one point of reference. And I think personal branding needs to be relatable, so because people want to reach out and talk to you about certain things, so you need to give them a few doors or a few references. Like fried chicken works for me, but what is your fried chicken? It allows them to reach out to you and connect with you because they want to talk to you. So they're finding some excuse to reach out and connect with you, whether it be fried chicken or whether it be coffee or whatever topic that you want them to do or reach out to you. They want to talk to you. So that's how inbound marketing works, because I get 1 or 2 leads of for personal branding, LinkedIn marketing, and video because people want to know how to leverage and build trust online. So the other thing that a lot of people do and don't do properly is, well, mostly what they try to do is appeal to everyone and anyone, meaning that they want to please everyone. I think there's 2 reasons for this. One, it's because our internal barrier or ego that wants to please everyone and like wants to be liked by everyone. And marketing is not a popularity game. Marketing is resonating your messaging and providing value for these businesses. But if you want to be popular, then consider watching, like, whereas me, I'm providing expertise and value because that's what I want to be known for. I don't want to be popular. I don't want to be liked. I just want to be known for the person who provides great value in building up their brand online. That's my expertise, and that's the reason why I create content. It's not to be popular with everyone. It's just to help everyone as much as I can so they could build trust and build presence online. Whereas I think a lot of people try to please everyone, and it's probably like the internal conversations that we have within ourselves. When we put ourselves out there, our fear of rejection, fear of critiques, fear of having people in our face or having food in our mouth is something that's super scary. But people are not here to watch a fashion show or see you, how good looking you are, and fawn over you because you're just good looking. They're here, or they came to you because you're an expert in what you know, and you're an expert in your field. They came for knowledge and they want to know how you could help them solve their problems. So it's not about our looks, it's about our brains and knowledge and personality too. Personality trumps over looks. It's not people don't come for our looks. And I think a lot of times what holds us back is that fear of rejection or fear of critiques, but no one gives a flying stuff about your looks. It's more, I think people care about how you provide value within the attention that they provide you for. So me just like providing bad streams, I feel like what I'm doing is providing a bad experience where they don't want to come from my knowledge because my technology doesn't work out. And what happens is that it's providing a disconnect. I'm providing knowledge. They want to listen. I have their attention. How can I respect their attention? Respect their attention is something that I really, really think about when I create content. Now I'm going to share my recipe on how I was able to grow 40,000 followers on LinkedIn within 3 years. I'm a 3 times top voice on LinkedIn, meaning that I was recognized as the top 300 creator on LinkedIn 3 times in a row, from 2017, 2018, and 2019. And one of the reasons that I was able to grow rapidly is because I treat myself like a channel, meaning that I niched down. And originally, I was known for personal branding on LinkedIn or video on LinkedIn because people wanted to know how to create videos themselves, because the barrier for creating video is extremely high. And I realized that when I was trying to create a business on video and educating people and showing and coaching and guide them on to do video, that they don't have a strong, clear brand in the first place. So for them to resonate and do awesome on video, we need to fix and have clarity around your branding. And so I had to like pivot and reposition my business slightly to be more about branding, because it's all encompassing, than just video or LinkedIn per se. Because you can do video on LinkedIn or video on YouTube, but you just need to know the basics on how to be awesome on video. Or personal branding is more encompassing because it's more holistic approach on how to develop the strategy and brand on how to like tackle all these channels in the first place. And LinkedIn happens to be that channel where I'm really strong at and could help people out, because I noticed that people when they want to develop a personal brand, they want some kind of actionable, tangible result where they could focus and see results, and what they want to see that on LinkedIn. So that's how I combine personal branding on LinkedIn or personal branding on video. And eventually I am going to go back into video, and this is one of the reasons why I went on live streaming, is to build up my skill sets on video again, because I love doing video. This is where my energy and my frequency is amplified. This is where I could show my personality and my expertise. So again, like one of the reasons why I grew 40,000 is because I niched down. I became the channel for personal branding on LinkedIn. I talk about fried chicken, so I became memorable because people want permission to reach out and talk to me. And also it's like it's like when I have a clubhouse, like a tree house, and then when they give me the password, they say fried chicken, I love them to bits. So fried chicken is a way for me to filter out and understand who are my audience, who are my folks, who are the people that I care about. And I'm super consistent, and I'm also repeating messages on a regular basis. And a lot of times, a lot of people are not consistent because they give up after one video. And branding is not after one video. Branding is all about consistency and thinking the long game and showing up. It's so simple. The idea of consistency is so simple, but it's super hard to deliver because life gets in the way. From coronavirus or being stressed out to being a parent or being a mum or being a dad, to having a new kid in your life, to having a baby, which happens, to like family, someone dying. There's all these things like working, all these things are in the way that stops you from giving the space to create. So having consistency is all about having the habit to show up and create content. And by doing that, if you want to build a channel on LinkedIn, you have to play a volume game, not a quality game. Quality happens when you practice and become better at it as over time. So this is probably my 10th, 20th live stream, and I'm getting better at it. I invested in equipment. I've always striving to do one thing better each time, and this time I'm focusing on communicating well and sharing my energy better. Hopefully, like last time was about quality of stream, and I noticed when I tried to use a different tech stack that my quality went down, so it kind of backfired on me. So I had to think about how to increase the quality of the stream to make sure that it's super engaged and the buffering is better. So buffering is something I'm going to focus on next week. So when I work on and then I notice the other thing is like I say so a lot, but it's a way for me to transition to the next topic. But what I need to do is like can I improve on transitioning and moving on to this next subtopic. One of the things that I think, I noticed that I have less than 6,000 first connections and 40,000 followers is because I became a channel. And when I work with clients and members of the trusted circle, when we work on their branding or their repositioning, what we need to do is vomit out all the thinking that you have. And then with a process of elimination, we go and create content around that and see what data points come back. So you need to go vomit out and then create content and then see what data comes back and then eliminate topics that does not make sense anymore. And by doing that, you'll gain clarity, you understand your unique selling point, understand how your voice and what resonates, understand who your audience is and what topics they want. And you also understand how to leverage your expertise and your influence as well. So creating is a wonderful way of collecting data and understanding how you fit and what you need to do to reposition yourself. And I think you need to go through this process because you need to know what works and what doesn't work. You know, the conversation in your head needs to happen outside. You need to verbalize it or create something. So then you could see how people resonate and engage with it as well. And you need to do it. It's the hardest thing is doing that one video and then doing the second video. But after the 10th video, you know if you like it or not. And technically, I'm on my 6th live stream and I have 4 more till I know if I want to do it or not. But I think it's already reaping back rewards in terms of building my confidence and rethinking about what content they'll want to provide and give value to. So how can, I noticed that. So now that COVID-19 is still around, it seems like Singapore has extended their lockdown and UK has extended the lockdown. And in America, they're still going through their process as well, but their unemployment rate has skyrocketed to 22 million or maybe 30 million now. It's something ridiculous. But how can we adjust and reposition and think about what you need to do? So here are some questions to think about and have some thoughts about it as well. What value is your business offering? Does it make sense right now? Do you need to adjust your messaging, your offering to suit this current climate? What can you do? Does your pricing make sense? Can people afford this service or not? How can you compare it to your competitor? How and why should they pick you over them? Quality. What can you do to level up the quality? And then that in turn will help with the pricing as well. And focus on customer service because now is the time for empathy and building relationships. And what can you do to be also look after yourself? Because if you're burnt out or drained, your value or your offering will be, let me just say it, like, just look after yourself because this is some hard times and unusual times as well. So self-care is part of the package of now as well. What can you do to look after your employees? Can you retain them? Or what do you need to do to downsize? So these are some really important questions you should ask yourself while you're repositioning. And if I had to give myself advice to the first time that I went on to LinkedIn 3 years ago, it's to be patient, to niche down, don't overextend your brand too much, and double down and triple down on what works already. Which is funny because data has indicated that I should do more videos. So COVID-19 is super scary right now, like super scary right now, but it's also given us the time, the opportunity to reassess and reposition ourselves. My name is String. Today's theory is about how to reposition and leverage, even reinvent yourself like Madonna. If Madonna can represent, no Siri, don't talk to me. If Madonna can reposition herself 20 times and more, why not you? How can you reinvent and reposition yourself? She came out stronger and better because she repositioned. And that means you can be stronger too. Follow and like and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading this video, the second take, onto YouTube. And I look forward to hanging out with you next week. The next theory and thought is courage.